From pointlessly long title reigns to meaningless matches and promos to barely believable main eventers, I think that the current WWE title picture is garbage and the championships, pretty much all of them, are meaningless. So I'm going to get into reasons as to why. Buckle up, it's going to be good. Now, the first reason that I think that WWE titles and championships mean basically nothing nowadays is the simple fact that your top stars in the company do not care about the championships. Back when I was growing up in the 2000s, wrestling, all that stuff, people like John Cena, Randy Orton, Triple H, Edge, you always saw them with the World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE Championship, and those titles meant something. Now you have Roman Reigns, who is by far and away the top star in the company. He pretty much came back at SummerSlam to a massive reaction, and he's the most over babyface in the company right now by a country mile, landslide. However, he's back, and the thing that he's feuding with Solo is the Ula Fala, the necklace that makes you the tribal chief. That object is more important and more impactful to WWE storytelling and to the WWE's top star than the WWE Championship itself. And on top of that, the top stars on Raw don't give a crap about the World Heavyweight Championship. Drew McIntyre, Punk, and Rollins cared more about that stupid Larry and AJ friendship bracelet, whatever that thing is you could probably grab at the dollar store. They care more about that than they do about the actual World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk doesn't care about the world title. Drew McIntyre doesn't care about the world title. Seth Rollins, before, taking this break of injury, he didn't care about the World Heavyweight Championship outside of that one throwaway match with Priest just to have that on the PLE. No one of your top stars cares about the championships. And because of this, that means that the championships essentially do not matter. Even in your women's division, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are caring more about the women's tag team championships than the WWE Women's Championship or the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, which we're going to get to that later because that's a doozy, man. Liv Morgan's been doing a terrible job with that belt. But anyways, we'll get into that later. But when your top stars don't care about the top titles in the company, allegedly, why in the world will we as an audience care about those titles? Nobody cares. Just a bunch of mid-carders fighting it out for who can get the next championship. That's all it is. And the second main reason I think that championship reigns are pretty much meaningless now is because there's zero prestige. Let's talk about the quote-unquote main champion in WWE right now, Cody Rhodes. A few weeks ago on SmackDown, he is the WWE champion. Let me remind you this. He says it himself. He's like, this is the North Star of the wrestling industry. I am the North Star. I'm the American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes, what do you want to talk about? And then he asks Kevin Owens, a bona fide mid-carder at best, who in the last year has done nothing and won nothing in the WWE, not even a match in general. He goes to ask Kevin Owens to fight him for his title that is supposedly the biggest title in all of pro wrestling. What sense does that make? And it makes the championship look like a beta championship, and it makes Cody Rhodes look like a soft and a mediocre champion. When John Cena, Orton, and even Roman Reigns were carrying the WWE title in their respective reigns, when did you ever see them go up to some bum mid-carder or undercarder who hadn't done anything in years and basically ask them, hey, do you want to fight me for my title? You want to fight me, dude? You want to come at me, bro? Come at me, bro? Hey, no one ever did that because the titles used to have prestige. John Cena used to put on 50-minute I Quit matches for the WWE Championship. Randy Orton used to bust in people's houses, or Triple H, used to bust in people's houses and get that title and improve these feuds. These feuds used to mean something because of promos, because of segments, because of intrigue, and because of value, and because of the match quality. Not saying that Cody Rhodes is a bad wrestler in ring, because he's obviously had good matches, many good matches, right? But the simple quality and the intrigue in these titles is not the same. And the champion treats the title like it's just a regular object. John Cena never did that. Randy Orton never did that. Roman Reigns never just treated the title like it was just some object that you just throw around and go ask a bum to go challenge you for. His feud with Sami Zayn alone, who Sami Zayn was a mid-carder at the time, that feud alone is going to be better than any feud Cody will have as WWE champion besides maybe his future one with The Rock or Randy Orton. With Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns did that. Why in the world is Cody Rhodes not able to make an engaging feud without all the feuds just being the same thing? I respect you. I want to fight you. Let's see who the better man is. Damian Priest, when he was world champion. I'm the champion. I'm El Campeon. I'm the champion. I'm El Campeon. I'm the champion. I'm El Campeon. You want a challenge for my title? I like you, Gunter, but I'm going to fight and be the better man. Then you also have Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Zelina Vega, Becky Lynch. I think you guys are really talented and good, but I'm going to be the women's world champion, okay? Like, what? What are we doing? What are we doing? It's nonsense. That's all it is. All these championships have the same feuds, the same promos, and the same level of build-up, so none of it matters. That's the problem. Third, and this is honestly the reason that actually bothers me the most, is that none of the people with championships are believable main eventers. Back in the day, like I said, it wouldn't be that far-fetched to see the World Heavyweight Champion main event a show or PLE over the WWE Champion. For example, Edge main eventing at Extreme Rules, for example, would not be uncommon. Chris Jericho doing that isn't uncommon. John Cena, Orton, Taker, Triple H, all of the names that you can basically think of. Any of them main eventing a PLE or a show wouldn't be that unbelievable because they all had the talent and the star power and the gravitas and the quality in promos, segments, backstage segments, matches, and in-ring mic ability to do those things. But now, none of the champions are believable main eventers. No one actually believes that Cody Rhodes would main event a PLE today if Roman Reigns was on that card. I kid you not, Roman Reigns could be 1v1ing Solo Sikoa in Fortnite, and if that's on the same card as Cody Rhodes' WWE title match, Roman Reigns and Solo 1v1ing in Fortnite is main eventing that show, and it's not even a question. Same thing with Damian Priest when he was champion, and probably the same thing with Gunther. If they're on the card defending that World Heavyweight Championship for someone else, if CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, or Roman Reigns or Rollins is on that card, Gunther is not main eventing. Damian Priest is not main eventing. It's very, very simple stuff. Then you also have the fact with the women's stuff. Nia Jax is never going to be main eventing a PLE with that title. Just like Bayley is never going to be main eventing any PLEs with that title. Same thing with Liv Morgan. She is never going to be main eventing any PLEs or anything with that World Heavyweight Championship because it means nothing. And on top of it meaning nothing, when you get into these different feuds and, you're talking about the prestige of these titles, it's actually pretty important to mention the fact that there's other talented people on the roster that deserve title shots that don't get it because reason number 4, Triple H has no idea who he's pushing and no idea how to make these title reigns interesting. The only person who knows how to make these title reigns interesting is the person who's holding the belt. That's why Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman had full creative control over the bloodline since 2020. Why do you think it was as amazing as it was? Then you also have Seth Rollins' championship reign that happened for like a year or whatever leading up until Mania. It was actually pretty solid title reign. It got repetitive at times, but it was a solid title reign. Why? Because Seth Rollins made it feel solid. He made it feel somewhat important. It was still a B title to Roman's title, but it still was somewhat important. It felt like that second title, which is what the World Heavyweight Championship should be meaning. It should be on that main event level, which in certain PLEs I guess it was, because Roman wasn't there, but still, it had that gravitas. Becky Lynch, for example, Charlotte, for example, Bianca Belair, for example, are believable main eventers that deserve championship shots. Specifically talking about, Bianca Belair at this point because she's younger. Same with, who's another younger star that deserves a title? Like Io Sky, for example, right now, should be your women's World Heavyweight Champion. She's way better than Liv Morgan in the ring. And honestly, just put the subtitles on backstage and let her cut promos in Japanese. It sounds epic. It sounds sick. Put the music behind it. Put the subtitles on. It works. It's very simple. We've seen it with Shinsuke. It worked with Shinsuke. It'll work with Io Sky. It bangs. And she's a lot better at Liv Morgan at her job. And it's not close. But are we going to see things like that? Of course we're not going to see things like that. Why? Because Triple H is a joke. It continues to put titles that are basically meaningless to begin with because the feuds and the promos and all the intrigue and the prestige surrounding it is nothing. He puts them on people who are already nothing. Once Liv Morgan loses this World Heavyweight Championship, she will go back to being a jobber like she's always been. Once Cody Rhodes loses the WWE Championship, he will go back to being a mid-carder/jobber like he's always been throughout 90% of his career. Once Damian Priest lost the World Heavyweight Championship, watch what happens once his Judgment Day feud with Finn Balor fizzles out. He's going to be a mid-carder and an undercarder at best. The only reason that these titles gain relevance, like I said before, is because of the person wearing the title, which is why Triple H needs to put the title on people who matter and people who are great at their job. If they're not great, the hype and the fan intrigue is going to be great for the first month or two of that reign, but after that, it's going to wear off. Damian Priest cashes in at Money in the Bank or at WrestleMania. Amazing moment. I was there for that moment. Amazing moment. After that, what's next? Mid. Cody Rhodes wins the title, finishes the story. What's next? Mid. Liv Morgan wins the title. Finally, she got back at Rhea Ripley. She has the world championship. What happens next? Mid. Her storyline does not need the World Heavyweight Championship, and it would be great to uplift other talent by giving other women shot at Women's World Heavyweight Championship gold. Why is Jade Cargill not in the running for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship? Why is Bianca not in the running? Why in the world is who else, bro? Freaking Kairi Sane, Io Sky, Lyra Valkyria. You can even bring up some draft picks from NXT. Who cares? Anybody else. Tiffany Stratton could be fighting for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship and the Money in the Bank briefcase, having that, but who cares? Put it on people who actually have talent. That's why I didn't mention your US title and your Intercontinental title, because you actually put them on talented people like LA Knight and Braun Breaker. Stars. You get what I'm saying? There's levels to this. And if you don't fix the prestige, the fact that WWE wrestlers, the main talent, doesn't even care about the titles anymore, and you also don't give the titles to people who are believable in the ring, on the mic, off the ring, off the mic, just in general, on social media promos, if they're doing that, whatever. When you watch them come out on the stage, like, holy crap, that's a main eventer, that's a champion. And that's what you do when Roman Reigns walks out. That's what I feel when Jade Cargill walks out. That's what I feel when Bianca comes out. Or when Orton comes out. Or when, who else was? Cena, Rock, Edge, Jericho, all of these people, you can name them, you know the main eventers. You know who they are. When they come out, you're like, holy crap, that's a main eventer. You get what I'm saying? That's a champion. But when these champions come out like Cody Rhodes and Liv Morgan, you're not believing that they're a big-time main eventer, a big-time star, a big-time champ. Absolutely not. So that's all I got to say about that. WWE titles and championship reigns mean absolutely nothing. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comment section below. And as always, I hope you guys have a phenomenal day. Peace out.